all my videos by saying thank you, God. And the reason why I say thank you, God, is because I could have lived life like these contracted losers, the government contract. It is really bad. It's basically when let me just kind of go back a little bit. And the reason why I make these videos really is mostly for me. I don't know if many watch my videos, but I'll go and watch these videos as I'm being pushed into a state of retardation and stupidity that is immense. But there's a purpose behind what they're doing, and also I want to stay in tune with what is happening here. I don't want to lose track of the reality that as a target individual, which is what I am, a TI, I'm pushed into a state of insanity, and there are people who contracted to drive you into that state of insanity. And I don't want to forget one thing. When I face them, I don't want to lose sight of what these people are and what they're part of. They need to be accountable, and for the full aspect of what they're part of. Now, one thing I've realized that's bizarre is a lot of these purpose don't expect target individual to react according to the way they push people into insanity. They think they can do noises and do all the theatric, and reality is going to be based on that. It's really bad. It's really, really, really bad. And they really try to push you into a state of insanity with no expectation of you turning to an innocent person and crash out. They really don't. It's like they want you to maintain the sensibility of a sane person while pushing you into insanity. And a lot of them are not even fully adult individuals, so they don't even understand the consequences that will happen. It's not even a question of if it will happen, it's when it will happen. It's like you come in this, you're gonna have a problem, and I'm warning you in advance because you are pushing me to do that. That's the result. It's just a matter of time. And it's really stupid. For example, what you're seeing here is an example of the pure stupidity that some of the mental battles I deal with. Listen, today what's happening is they can elicit all kind of emotion experiences that they force me to have. They can make me have sexual stimulation, sensation. It's disgusting. Then they want me to be internalizing this manipulation as if they're not manipulating me. And then to even back up this manipulation as if it's not manipulation, they want me to think this is a research of a nature that is just studying me as a human being and not manipulating me as a human being. And then the retardation starts. My memories are being played with like there's no tomorrow. And even when the validation as extreme as is possible, they will continue to. And with me, because lately it's been worse. The way this purpose work is, when there's more exposure of what this program is, they become more aggressive in the gaslighting. There was a documentary that came out on May 5th. It triggered them to become more aggressive in the gaslighting. They became less careless. They became more careless about not caring about how the manipulation are obviously manipulation, and became more aggressive. And that's what they do usually. The gaslighting is intensified when there's more validation that what they're doing is just pushing people into insanity. That's been the tactics. There's more validation, we're going to go more crazy in the gaslighting, in hope that that's really going to make it more, it's going to erase reality. When truth is, it's like you like playing with somebody, and then the more intensified you are, the more the person is intensified. And the way they try to block that, this has been over in the regard of, this is clearly a program that make people lose their mind by manipulating their brain. The way they combat this obviousness, because this documentary just calls out, they are going to find what they can do to break you down mentally, to break you psychologically, to push you into a state of insanity to the point where you can kill yourself or kill others. With me, what they do when these things are just that validated, they just become more intensified. They think they can Almost like utilize this gorilla style gaslighting being more intensive and intensity more intensified. It's been bad. So what they do right now is basic mental battle. What you're saying here, because today what they do is they force me to get sexual stimulation toward this teenage trash, and even children, younger children, not just teenage children. Matter of fact, they not only force me to get this manipulation, they tell me they're gonna frame me with this trash. Which, unlike the younger children, this teenage trash I have hatred for them. I'm triggered in a rageful way. And they don't get it, huh? They still think it's still something they can play around. They don't understand the level of hatred you have toward them. Because even though they're teenagers, they're still children. They're teenage kids. So they don't understand that the second you see them behave this way, because unlike the younger children, these teenagers trigger you in a more rageful way. And they don't know this. They're being influenced by people who think that they can sacrifice these retards, and that's it. And they expect you to maintain that reasonability toward this disgusting teenage trash that you are triggered to hate so much is beyond you. So much. It's another level. It's like you almost want them to play this game. The hatred is boiling at a level that you just it's hard to describe. And they add to it, and you're like, oh, the second this game is playing in my face is gonna be a problem of a set. So what they do? They start messing with me. What you're saying here, you're right. You see things from 2010, 2000, and they start playing with my brain. Listen, to get me to accept this manipulation they make me have today, they bring back things of in 2010, in 2011, in 2000, and they start playing with me. There's a while ago, they were making me think of me dancing with somebody on somebody's 18th birthday when I was 23 years old. She was turning 18, I was 23 years old, but I was dancing with her friend. My other friend was dancing with the 18-year-old. In 2011, it was her birthday. It was the summer of 2011. But I was dancing with a friend who was a month or so younger than her. So she was not 18 yet. It was just dancing. And we were dancing that birthday sex. Her friend, who was her close friend at the time, was the one who's turned 18. She was following up. I've never had any sexual interaction with this person. We just danced. I think I got the number and something like that, but never even get any further. The game is playing now. That what they're doing is start playing with my memories. They're trying to make me think that this happened in 2010. But thankfully, and even though there was, unfortunately, I can't find the friend who was turning 18 anymore, I still have the people who actually invite them, because this is 2011. Just graduated, we're in college. There's still people that who just graduated high school. So they still, you still know people who finishing up high school while you're in college. It's like that middle ground of people wrapping up high school, people in college, like that ground. So when you throw parties, people can bring people who are finishing up high school while still others are in college. That's that mixture. I don't know these girls. My friend knew them. They invited them. I just was the one hosting the party. He's like, yeah, I'm going to call my friends. And those two girls came. And we started dancing. It was a dance. It was nothing. And now, what they've been trying to do is just to make me think, no, this didn't happen in 2011, happened in 2010. But the funny part is, they couldn't play that game because I met the friends that invited them in 2010. in the summer of 2010, around June or so of 2010. And I didn't meet them specifically. I met some friends that invited them, and then slowly it grew. We had a friendship. By 2011, I was friend with somebody who then start inviting them. So you can literally track that it's not even possible that this happened in 2010 because I just met this guy in that summer in June 2010. Around actually the birthday of this girl. So I didn't even know him. Or it was, I barely just knew him. So for them to play with the memories didn't even make sense. Because I didn't even know the guy who invited her at the time, or barely knew him, or just got to know him. I just become his friend in June 2010. In mid-June 2010. Just barely knew him. And so they try, and because it took me some time. Before that, he was not somebody I just connected directly. I used to be friends with somebody else. He invited them, and then they, was through friends. And finally, by next year, by 2011, that's where we became close friends, and we start having parties where without the other friend involved in this. And so they try to you just got, and it's so bad the way they play with my brain. It's like, no, it was quick. You just met him, and then the next day it's like, yeah, this stupidity, and recreate reality. When in truth, these people, I didn't know them till 2011. And so they recreate reality. And the reason why they do that, because they want me like, no, she was not turning 18, she was a clown. When I didn't even know this guy, I barely knew this guy when this girl was the prior year, in 2010. I just met him. And so they are reconstructing reality about my memories in 2011, in 2010, 16 and 15 years ago. And wanting me to accept this. Well, even the timeline came and make it work. What you're seeing here is this. You're seeing me becoming friend with this person in June 17th. That's about if the birthday of the. I just met him around that time. In 2010. So it doesn't even. It couldn't even be able, like it couldn't even work in the sense of like, oh, then you had that person. I just met this guy. This guy was barely a friend now. It's until the next year, or not even a few months later, that we became close enough for him to for us to have. So the stories are even, because what you're seeing here is a timeline of, first of all, the friend I met before I met him, who introduced me. So in June 16, 2010, is a friend that then introduced me to this person I met in June 17th. After a few months, this person that you're seeing June 17th, we became closer and closer, and then we used to have parties where the guy I met became friend on Facebook on June 16th was not even longer in the mix. But next year, now we're having our own little party. This guy in June 16th is not even involved in it. And they try to create a story like, no, and it's all about trying to recreate reality. And it's completely altered. And I don't have doubt. They just try to blur the timelines. And then they have these little losers who's trying to gaslight me, who weren't even born around that time. It's like, no, there's something there. Retards. To try to, and by the way, dancing. Nothing else but the dancing. to create a wish for reality that when I danced with this person was not in 2011, but in 2010. Yes, dancing. Then they have these little teenagers today who think they can even come around me with this gimmick and expect just me rationalizing in this retarded nation of a fucking thought. I swear to God, I can't even believe this is real. And it gives me so much joy to say that out loud. My guts feels better about it. What you're seeing on the right over there is me when they were messing with me. And that's not what triggered the mental battles, because as I said this, I was like, between 2010 and 2011, I know it's 2011. The reason why I know is because I went back and did the timeline. And because I said between 2010 or 2011, they're like, it is 2010, when in reality it's just 2011. I said 2010 and 2011 to give her a chance to like, around that time. And the thing, they use this kind of vague timeline to create their fucking stories. And by the way, the condescending tonality via V2K, same old bullshit. They gaslight me like they gaslight a child in high school. Well, this little retard who weren't even born around that time, who are playing rape victim because they tell me they're framing me, want me to accept the fucking retardation that can't even be feasible based on the timeline of when I met these people. Matter of fact, there is even pictures of me partying with this person that you meet in June. You see in June 16, 17, around July. Before this people were ever met. When me and this guy that you're seeing in June 17th were bonding, becoming friends throughout these little parties, and we're all in college. Became close enough to, at that point, start having parties together. Where his friend, who are not related to anybody from this person that's friend with me on June 16th, was in a mixture. You can't even find the timeline, but they are trying to gaslight me in that way, and they're gonna stay and committed to that character. But the truth is, I know that they think that it's gonna disorient me enough to forget that the validation of all what they do is to push people into insanity, and we're talking about torturing even babies, while presenting themselves as protective of children and bringing up things like that. It is pure retardation at a highest level, wanting to recreate reality and having today teenage fucking retard who are painted to be heroes by playing rape victims because they're supposed to act like they've done something. They are with me. The second they play this game, even in my presence, it will be such a swift reaction. It'll be magical. I swear to God, it will be a life-changing experience for these retards. I promise, on the soul of all the children suffering in this program, I will not let this little retard, and for this opportunist watching this, I'll give you what you need to see the second these fuckers do this. Tiger Major, stay strong.